Is Coinbase a stable stock going into 2025? In this video, I will look at some of the latest financial statements from Coinbase as well as the news surrounding them to gauge whether or not you should be putting your money in this stock right now or whether you should be taking it out. To begin this video, it is important to say that I am not a financial advisor and I do not claim to be. You should do your own research before deciding what to do with your own money. With that being said, let's jump straight into this. So on the year-to-date chart, Coinbase is up 63.62%, with the majority of this being within the last month, this being 61% increase. This is due to the US election and other factors which I will get into. It does seem that this stock is starting to stabilize now, with the daily chart starting to slow down, and it's still up in the 5-day chart, it's still up 11.34%, which is still huge. However, it is starting to consolidate a bit now. To make a long story short, since the election, Trump has stated that he is quite bullish on crypto and has no intentions of limiting or putting any sort of tax or further taxes within these cryptos. So there is going to be no limiting factors for crypto going forth, which is the opposite to what the Harris administration was proposing. So essentially, many people are now opening up crypto wallets using systems such as Coinbase or Binance or Crypto.com. Therefore, this has absolutely just hiked the price up with stupid remarks, essentially. It's clear to see that many people are starting to panic and just open up these crypto accounts just to get in on the trend. So the real question is, how long will this almost panic crisis with crypto last for? Now, in my opinion, I think it could go one of two ways, with the first way being that in between now and around mid-January, when I believe Trump gets in on the 6th of January, I believe between here and there, we're going to see a massive hike in crypto. So it's hard to say that we should be bearish. However, I do believe there will be a bearish period within this time frame. Say within the next week, I believe this could start to drop a bit, and then it will start to pick up very quickly again as the time gets closer to him actually taking office. So I've spoken to many people within the crypto world and people who have no sort of financial experience whatsoever, and there's two sides to this. The people within the crypto world seem to think there will be some sort of consolidation soon. However, I see a larger area of the public is now almost panic buying crypto as they want to get in on the trend. So it's hard to... If the way I see this happening is many people... This is going to be a huge... Well, it is currently a huge spike for crypto, and soon all of these whales on the crypto side are going to take advantage of all of these people and just sell off a lot of their coin. So my recommendation would to not be getting in right now. I would personally wait until closer to the election time, but that's just my personal opinion based off of the groups in which I've got experience of talking to. So moving on to the balance sheet for Coinbase on a quarterly review, we can see that their Q3 was out really early in September. So looking at the Q3 balance sheet, I can deduce for Coinbase, they had a liquidity rate of 2.95. That is really good. So that essentially means that for every dollar of debt in which they owe, they have at least $2.95 to pay it back in liquid cash, as in the world of business, cash is king. You don't want to have to be selling your assets in order to pay down your debt. And comparing this to the year ago similar quarter, they had a liquidity rate of 2.90. So it's a very stable stock within terms of liquidity, which is really positive. Furthermore, moving on to the income statement on an annual chart, we can see that the trailing 12 months retention rate for the company is 29.76%. This is to be expected with Coinbase, being as they don't really have they don't really have anything to really spend money on. They're just it's like how you invest in a games company, because once the software's up and running, there's not really much running cost. It's very similar with Coinbase. There isn't really anything which should cost them money quarter on quarter, apart from like expenses such as employees, tax, general generic stuff. There isn't much R&D in which will be put into a company like this. And now moving on to a quarterly cash flow statement, we can see that this has increased quarter on quarter, with the trailing 12 months being really positive. And going on to an annual chart, it's a bit of a different story. It is seeming to recover slightly now. I'm not entirely sure why this is, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. So now moving on to Coinbase. I've said this before, I find this a bit weird. It says it's either going to go up or down. It seems a bit silly, but it does back my point up with the fact that I see it having a bit more of a hike and a bit of a dip, because a lot of people are going to start selling off their cryptos and a lot of people are going to lose their accounts. So it does back my point up, and I do see it picking up again after Trump takes office, with 25 analysts saying that it's a buy, not a strong buy or a hold, but it is a buy. So that's on them. Personally, I kind of agree. I do really think that Coinbase is going to continue to take a hike in a positive direction. The way I see it is a lot of people often wait for a stock to dip, but a lot of the time that doesn't happen due to people. I mean, when you think about how easy investing is these days, it's not like you have to phone up and ask for someone to sell your position. It's you go on your phone, you buy. And there's that many people now doing that and panicking into buying crypto that I don't think that Coinbase is going to lose any sort of value in that exchange. And so for that reason, I give Coinbase a rating of B+. I really do think this company has a strong financial backing behind them, with their liquidity rate being exceptional. They're taking in a lot of profit as they don't really have any sort of R&D to invest in. And of course, you can always rely on people panicking and opening accounts in order to invest, which between now and a Trump presidency, I see is going to be a very volatile time for the stock and for crypto. However, I think it will be a general positive outcome for both the two of them. But like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research before buying into any sort of stock or crypto. These are all just my personal opinions. However, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe. Leave a comment on what you think about Coinbase down in the comments below. Will you be buying, selling, or holding? And I'll see you for the next video.